If you're at a startup or you're a founder that pitches to investors, this video is for you. For about 8 years, I lived in Chicago, and for 3 of those years, I worked with 1871, which has been voted as #1 tech incubator in the world, I think a couple of years in a row. It's a really, really cool space where there are a lot of cool people doing really cool stuff. And my role there was to do workshops on branding, negotiation, presentation skills, all of the kind of in-person influence and communication abilities that make startups successful. And I was working with a lot of founders, a lot of engineers who had figured out how to do really cool things, and then they were looking for funding. Another one of my roles is pitch doctor. I would look at their pitch decks, I would have them pitch to me, I would go through their presentation, tweak things, rearrange the structure, and to improve their chances of getting funded. 99% of all the pitch decks that I saw, all the pitches that I went through with them, all had the same fatal flaw. And if you've been in this space at all, you've probably heard it, but it may not have landed for you yet. So I want to dig into it. That flaw is telling me what it is instead of telling me how it makes my world better. That comes from being the engineer, being the creator, the person who dreamt up this incredible thing that does amazing stuff. And you've been in it every day, all day, you know it inside and out, and it's obvious to you that this will completely change the world. And because you've invested so much time, so much energy, so much of your life, you've gambled everything, you've leveraged your house, you've taken out a 5th mortgage on your home, and you're going all in, man. Well, that kind of level of familiarity with what you've created means that you've lost the perspective on how to explain it to somebody that's not in your world, that's not as technically savvy, that hasn't spent every day, all day for the past 5 years eating, sleeping, and breathing this project. So the big problem is, here's what it does. It has this feature. It can also do this. It could also do that. Here's another thing it can do. And me, not being familiar with this at all, I have no clue what this, that, the other thing, I don't even understand what it does. There's no way in the world I'm going to understand how it makes my world better. Boiled down to its essence, it is focusing on features instead of explaining benefits. What's the right way to do it then? Explain benefits by way of features. It makes the world better in this way by doing this thing, and then if I want to drill in, I go, okay, so how does that work? Or, oh, it also makes the world better in this other way by doing this feature. This third benefit by way of feature number 3. So you have to flip everything that you think you should be doing, because as the founder, you want to explain what it is. You want to explain what it does, and the belief is that your audience will understand what all that means. And man, understanding meaning requires a lot of context, a lot of expertise, a lot of understanding, right, of everything at play. And if you're asking an audience that has zero experience with you, with what you've been working on, you're asking them to do a lot of the hard work that you should have already figured out for them. So if you want your pitches to be more effective, explain, here's how your world's going to get better. You're going to make more money. You're going to save more time. You're going to be able to deliver to more clients with less frustration, reduce churn, therefore your revenue goes up. How does all that happen? Well, we reduce churn by feature 1, feature 2, feature 3. Now I can understand why what this does helps me and why I should care. Once you understand why you should care, then you go, Well, now I have to invest in this. So if you're pitching, if you need millions of dollars, please, for the love of all that's good in the world and for the good of your business, start with benefits delivered by these features. Do not begin by features. Do not explain what it is. Explain how the investor's world gets better by way of what it is that you've created. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about your pitch decks or your presentation skills, or if I didn't make sense in this video, hit me up in the comments below and we'll get connected. See you in the next video.